Good evening, good evening. This is the one only young a.mo, the forex guru, Mr. Kill the Market every day. I know you might know me as that, but my real name is Mbuso, surname is Villano. Welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. Shout out to a.mo who has pressed that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. So the purpose of this YouTube video is just for you guys to know me a little bit more, right? So it's quite simple. I grew up in Soweto. Before this whole forex thing, I had a different dream of what I want to become. So I grew up in Soweto. Life in Soweto ain't really that easy. We have to hustle for most of the things that we want. I was actually introduced to forex by a friend of mine back in 2000. I think it was 2016, right? Then we spent a bit of time trying to understand. It was hard. There were a lot of forex traders that were actually following, and they were doing phenomenal things. We're seeing people coming out from poverty to having to own houses and own cars. And back in that time, we were so broke, we didn't even know what to do, right? So what happened is that we even started funding our accounts. I remember the first account we funded was with my friend Umisho. We funded the account with like $20, right? And at that time, we didn't know what we were doing. Right, I remember you used lot size one lot, one lot on a $20 account. Within a few seconds, just kicked us out. Right, so that's just to show you guys that everything big starts small. Although we started not knowing what we were doing, right? But with practice, we were able to actually become personally. So. Like I already said, I grew up in Soweto. I was staying with my grandmoms. I was staying with different family members, life in the hood. And I remember back in 2017, I had already given up in forex. And I was like, I'm done. I just want to focus on music, right? I want to pursue this whole music. One thing we got to understand, or I got to understand about the music thing, is that it needed money. Yes, you might have the talent, but you still need to look like an artist, right? You still need to travel to the studio. You still need to pay for the studio. Above having to pay for the studio, you need to pay for your music to get distributed. You need to pay for marketing and videos. And I felt like, this thing is becoming hard because the music side is not actually putting in the money. Then I was reintroduced again. Remember, in 2016, I was introduced to forex. It didn't go well. In 2017, I decided to quit. Then the end of 2017, that's where I was reintroduced. I remember I was at church. I remember there was a young man talking about how forex changed his life. And I was like, wow, maybe it's about time for me to understand that this might be a calling. And the only thing I need to do is just to try, right? And that's what I did. I tried the whole forex thing again, and it was magic. It wasn't magic from the get-go, right? But after a few months, I started seeing the magic within the forex market. But at first, it was really hard, guys. And I think what I did was that I was in a position that I needed to make money because I had just gotten my son. My son had just been born, and now I have a responsibility, not just me. I need to take care of somebody, right? Now I'm funding my account. I remember I funded my account with like 50 plus USD, right? 50 plus USD, and I blew my account, right? Think about this. I have a son to take care of. I'm now blowing my account, right? I'm like, what's happening? But what kept driving me is when I looked at my responsibilities and I looked at myself and I looked at the people who are depending on me to make a meal. And I was like, you know what? Giving up is not an option, right? Giving up is not an option. What I needed to do is that I kept pushing. Trust me, I've never traded on a demo account. That's the only thing that makes me a bit different from a lot of forex traders. I was practicing on a live account, right? Losing real money. I never got a chance to do what? To practice on a demo account, because what I thought was that you can just put money and this money will grow, right? So fast forward the end of 2017, I remember the end of 2017 November, that's when I made my first withdrawal. I think it was like $200. I felt like I just hit the lotto, because it's one thing having to see digital money, then you see that money being in your bank account, right? from it being on your bank account to you having to withdraw it and hold it with your hands. That was a crazy experience for me. I was like, you know what, this thing really does work. I went back into the market 2018. I was funding my account. I was making more losses than wins, right? But at the same time, I got to understand that giving up is not an option. I always tell a lot of people that what defines you as a forex trader or as a winner in this whole life thing is what you do when life kicks you. It's what you do when the market kicks you from a $200 account to an account that's sitting on a negative, right? So I kept pushing, man. This is what I tell a lot of people, right? The thing is, people look at experienced traders like me and think, you know what, this whole thing is easy. No, it's not easy. It's not like we don't blow accounts. We do blow accounts, but as I've been saying, and I'm still saying right now, what defines you as a winner or what defines you as a forex trader, it doesn't even need to be, connected to forex. What defines you as a winner in life, it's what you do when life kicks you down. It's what you do when you lose that $100 that you felt like it will turn into $1,000, right? So that's what I started doing, man. I started funding my accounts and I was losing a lot. And back then I didn't even know that there's something called fundamental trading. I didn't know that there's something called news events. So I would trade, right? I remember there was a day I traded and I had made $80. Guess what? I didn't close the $80. Within 30 minutes, the $80 that I had in my account was wiped out. Right? In my mind, I'm thinking, what happened? Is it network? I called a friend of mine. I was like, dude, I remember I called Witness SA and I was like, dude, what's happening? He was like, there was news events. I was like, what's that? So that got me understanding that, you know what, even though I feel like I know the forex market, I still need to go deep into having to get more secrets about the forex market. Then I took a bit of break from trading live. Right, I started doing more researches. I read a few books, and when I read the books, one thing I got to understand was that the deep secrets of the forex market are not within the books. Right, forex market is not about having to read. Yes, you might get some information from the books, but you will never in your life find your MetaTrader asking you what's a peep. You will never in your life find your MetaTrader asking you what's a lot size. So with me having to understand that, I made a decision to myself. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at the market. I'm gonna spend time looking at the market, right? Excuse me. I'm gonna spend time looking at the market, and that's what I did. Because I got to understand something phenomenal, that the moment you start studying the market, the moment you start having a personal relationship with the forex market, that's where you start seeing loopholes within the market that you can use to your advantage, right? I know that there's a lot of people out there who are sitting thinking, you know what, I need to get a PDF from who, I need to get a PDF from who. Yes, you might get some kind of knowledge from a different person, but one thing I need you guys to carry is that you cannot fully understand the forex market by just having to read. It's like driving a car. I tell a lot of people that, I take forex as like driving a car, right? Even if you have a driver's license, but if you've never driven a car, I don't think you should consider yourself as a driver. You might have a document that it's within the law for you to handle a vehicle, but if you've never been behind the steering wheel, right, I feel like you shouldn't consider yourself as a driver. It's the same with the forex market. You can read thousands of books, but if you've never been in a position of taking a trade on your own and having to choose your own lot sizes and having to experience how it feels like, the anxiety, the excitement, the time whereby the market hits you so hard you feel like jumping off a building, those things happen. But what I'm saying to you is that you need to go through those things. You need to go and you need to feel how it feels like to lose money. I don't think there's a forex trader out there who can come out and say, I've never lost money, right? This is something I don't tell a lot of you guys, but sometimes within the forex market, I personally lose money. There's times whereby I lose money and you find that it hurts so bad because you know me, I use crazy lot sizes. You find that even the losses that I make are crazy. It hurts so bad, I don't even want to post it. right? But this is a secret between me and you, strictly, just me and you, my YouTube subscribers. There are times whereby I take losses, but I just choose not to post them for whatever reason. But when I take a loss, there's two options. Do I take a loss and decide to sit back, or do I take a loss and understand that even if I cry, even if I shout, even if I scream, whatever money that I've lost, I won't have it back, right? So what happens is that when you now take a loss, what happens after, right? Do you just sit back, or you start having to channel yourself as a winner, right? Having to cry about the losses that you've made won't bring the money back. That was me back then. I remember life had once pushed me in a position that I lost so much money. I lost so much money, I felt like literally dying. I felt like dead. I'm done, right? Why? Because I had put myself under a lot of pressure, and at the same time, I'm looking at the people who are depending on me, right? I wasn't born in a rich family, so like it or not, I still need to take care of my moms, my siblings, and my son, right? And myself on top of that. There's bills to be paid. So I'm thinking these things are just weighing and they're becoming heavy on my shoulders. I don't want to live anymore, right? But I got to understand that if I make that decision, I'm making a lifelong decision for a situation that can end in a few days, right? I'm making a life-changing decision. If I say, you know what, I want to take my life just because I lost $200 or whatever how much money that I lost. If I make that decision, I got to understand that at the end of the day, it just defines me as a loser, right? I decided to pray more, right? I know this is something that a lot of forex traders do not say, but for me to overcome myself being over emotional, I started praying more. That's just me. Remember, it's all about us, you having to get to know me. I pray a lot. I remember being on my knees. I was like, God, help me to become a fearless forex trader, right? I was like, God, I don't want to have fear, because I know this is something that also happens to you when you want to take a trade. It's not like you don't know what's gonna happen. You know that based on the confirmations that you have, this pair has to go down as a sell, right? But you're afraid of taking a sell. And the reason why you're afraid to take a sell is because you've been losing money for so long that even if you know that it's a perfect entry, you have fear of taking that entry because you're fearing that you might lose, right? Fast forward, I was praying, I was like, you know what? God help me become a fearless forex trader. And I feel like God came through. And I saw myself not being emotionally attached to my trades anymore. Right now, I don't think there's any amount of money that I can lose that will make me feel like I'm gonna quit the forex market. Right? There's no amount of money that I can lose that will make me feel like I can quit the forex market. So that's just to show you guys that this journey is not easy, right? I know with us who are experienced, we might make it look easy, but it's not easy, right? It's all about the drive that you should have within yourself, that burning desire to overcome whatever situation you're going through, right? What I know is that within the forex market, that can happen. The forex market has the power to change your whole entire life, right? It's all about what you do when you take losses. I feel like that's the fundamental. What you do when you take losses, right? Speaking about fundamentals, don't trade and not look at fundamentals. It's like driving without looking at your side mirrors or your rearview mirror, right? You need to look. You need to know what's happening around you. You need to know, are there any big news events today before I take a trade? Because you might find that according to your strategy, let's just say GBPUSD has to sell, right? GBPUSD has to sell. But because in 2 hours or 3 hours, there has to be high impact news, you end up losing whatever money you would have made, right? So one thing I feel like as a trader, especially retail traders, one thing I feel like you need to do for yourself, get yourself a mentor, right? Get yourself a mentor. I'm not going to be sugarcoating anything. I am a Forex mentor. I do mentor people, within the Forex market. And one thing I got to realize is that a lot of people, when they approach you, they want you to feel bad for them. You know, like a person will come and say, who passed away, so depressed, so give me money, you know. Move away from that type of thinking, right? When you get a mentor, move away from that type of thinking of saying a mentor now has to take care of you, right? Learn from your mentor. Respect your mentor, right? Learn from your mentor, respect your mentor. Be in a position that you start learning from the decisions that your mentor does. I remember when I was starting with the whole forex thing, there was a guy that I was following, right? I was having headaches every day because this guy is making crazy profits, right? I was following him on Facebook and I was seeing him making crazy profits. But I got to understand something based on the trades that he was taking. I got to learn a lot of things, right? I didn't even know that when you buy certain currencies, some currencies lose value. So as much as you can see my hands right now, the market moves like this, right? When other currencies gain value, other ones lose value. Right? I didn't know that I can use that to my advantage. I didn't know that I can now be in a position that from looking or following this mentor, I now know that when GBP USD buys, Euro GBP has to sell. I didn't know. So when it comes to that, I feel like get yourself a good mentor, right? Do your research. One thing that you need to make sure that you do right is choosing a good and regulated forex broker, right? So I'm going to leave the link on the description for the same forex broker that I use. I trust this broker. You can also try it out. So above everything else, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. The forex market has changed my life. You know, I've known how it feels like to now being able to be on my own, spend on my own, pay my own bills, take care of my family. And above all, it's not just about buying and selling currencies. It's us having to understand that that can be used to finance your dreams. The money from the forex market can be used to finance your dreams. Whether you wanna go to school, you wanna be a dancer, you wanna be a musician, whatever it is that you wanna do, you can use the money from the forex market to fund your dreams, right? For me, I saw myself having to get my first car, and I'm now moving in an apartment, and from an apartment I'm getting my own house. I'm like, this thing is just becoming more and more beautiful, right? From me having to have an account that was only 175 when I started really making money in 2018, 175, I was actually given by somebody. So for me having to do that, 175, to having the same trading account that you guys are seeing on my Instagram, it feels phenomenal. I have seen the beauty that's within the forex market. I know that you might be watching right now feeling like you've lost so much money, but tell me, the thing is, there's no amount of money that you can use that's enough for you to start quitting the forex market. There's so much money within the forex market. It can change your life. It can change the lives of the people around you, those who you care about. So one thing I need you guys to understand is that we're going to be dropping more content, right? I'm going to be dropping content about my life and me having to study the market and analyze the market with you guys. I'm going to be dropping a new video on YouTube each and every Sunday. Every Sunday for this month and next month, I'm going to be dropping a video on YouTube doing something, right? Sometimes it's even going to be a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what is it that we're doing. Probably we're in the hood showing you where I used to stay, right? Probably we're just having a good time. Probably we're just going shopping, right? But trust me, there's more content that I'm going to be delivering. Shout out to everybody who has subscribed. Shout out to everybody who's out there trying to push trading. Shout out to everybody who believes in me. I believe in you guys. This is the one and only a.mo, the forex guru. If you want to open an account with the same broker that I'm using, link on the description. If you want to see what I'm doing on my Instagram, link on the description. This is the one only on a.mo, the forex guru, to kill the market every day. If you didn't know, well, now you got.